I started writing on the characters of 51 different characters of Ramayana. Then I started reading about it, gathering facts and informations so that I can inscribe the books on that topic. So
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Prodigy Talks back again at 1 p.m. And today I have with me a record winning author, a prodigy, a recipient of the Global Child Prodigy Awards of 2020, Mrigendra Raj. Mrigendra, how are you?
sir, I'm fine.
Very well. So, Mrigendra, where are you taking this call from?
Sir, I'm from India, Ayodhya.
Very well. So, you're from Ayodhya.
Yes.
You're blessed. You're blessed. So, Mrigendra, tell us a little about you. How old are you? Tell us what you do. There are a lot of people who might not know you. So, please tell us a little about you.
Well, sir, I'm Ayodhyavasi and I'm 13-year-old and I study in 8th grade. And sir, I have written 250 plus books till now and I hold 6 world records.
Very well. So, uh, 13 years old, 250 books, 6 world records. When did this all
Yes.
start?
Sir, it started with writing poems at the age of 5. And then I started writing books. And after writing books, my first world record was registered at the age of 6-year-old when my first book was published. That was Udbhav, a compilation of my poetries, the poetries which I wrote till the age of 6. So my first world record was registered at that time. And later on, I continued my writing. And currently, I hold 6 world records, sir.
Very well. And Mrigendra, which language do you write in mostly?
Sir, I like and I write in Hindi language.
Very well. No, beautiful, beautiful. So, and what do you mostly write about? Your first poems, what were they about?
Sir, I prefer the social issues. I particularly prefer the social issues arising in the society about lower sections, about weaker sections, and also few movements which can encourage the society to live in equality. And nowadays we all are seeing the adverse effect of coronavirus. So writing about that issues and all these topics, I prefer on writing.
Very well. Now, you speak like a person who has been around for a very long time and with so much clarity and poise. And I see this in all the prodigies. I keep repeating myself. No, it's beautiful. So, who taught you to write, Mrigendra?
So as I said, I started writing at the age of 5 or 6, I suppose. So and then it came in my mind to write the books. Firstly, my first book was a poetry. So then I continued writing
Yeah.
on various topics as my second world record was registered under youngest multi-dimensional writer of the world, which constituted of writing on 9 different topics. And later
Yeah.
on, I started writing on biographies and writing on characters of Ramayana and also
Which I'm
writing
aware.
on various female freedom fighters of India. Yeah.
I'm aware. I saw one of the world records were about the female freedom fighters of India, and I've seen about the Ramayana, characters in Ramayana. So, can I ask this? So, somebody should have taught you to write at a very young age, right? So, who was that first guide for you? Your parents or somebody from outside? Where did this, all start?
So as a guide or as a mentor, I prefer the circumstances as the mentor because they are
Very
only the
good.
thing which inspire us to write. So I
Good.
can state it as well.
But that means you are blessed, because sometimes we try and sort of simplify the creative process of writing, but sometimes it is talent also. And I think you're phenomenally talented at this age. At the age of 5, you've been writing poems. So I'm going to go further. You write under which name? I'm sure you must. Are you writing under Mrigendra or do you have another name? Because I read you have another name as you write.
Sir, Mrigendra Raj Pandey, with the name Mrigendra Raj Pandey, I write my books. Along with that, people call me Aaj Ka Abhimanyu, as Abhimanyu of Mahabharata. So they call me
Okay.
as Aaj Ka Abhimanyu.
Aaj Ka Abhimanyu. No, I read it. So that's exactly why I was asking. I read it in Hindustan Times, where you write under the name Aaj Ka Abhimanyu. And so people gave it to you, that name?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At the age of 4 or 5, when I used to write the poems, so the reporters gave me that name.
Very well. I know. The reporters are the ones who give all people a lot of names, and I'm glad they gave you a good one. So that's very good. So when did you study the Mahabharata or the Ramayana? At which age did you really, read it and understand
Sir,
it?
yeah, sir, reading of Ramayana, when I started writing on the characters of 51 different characters of Ramayana, then I started reading about it, gathering facts and informations so that I can inscribe the books on that topic. So I suppose the age was that my word record was registered 2 3 years before. So the age might be 10 or 9 or so.
Very well. And if I can ask, I mean, I haven't fully read the Ramayana, or I started off with the Mahabharata, but I've never been able to complete it. And so, who is your most favorite or inspiring character in the Ramayana? You've written about 51 of them. Mrigendra?
Sir, Lord Ram gave us. Hello.
Mrigendra, I lost you. Can you come again, Mrigendra? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Please don't stop. So, who's your
Hello.
most,
Yeah.
who's the character that inspires you the most?
So the inspiring character for me is Lord Ram, none other than him.
Very well. And you're an Ayodhya Vasi, so it's a
Yeah,
blessing.
because yeah, the good deeds. If we follow just 1% good deeds of him, so we can make our society like the Ram Raj we earlier had. So yeah,
Very well.
I like that.
Okay, so you write about, and I think you've even written about the female freedom fighters. No, so how did that journey start for you?
So actually, that journey started from in today's generation. We all talk about women empowerment, but nobody gives care to their contribution towards this section. So I started writing the first female freedom fighter on which I wrote was Rani Lakshmi Bai, because as much the contribution males have, the same level of contribution the female freedom fighters gave, so that we can live peacefully in our country. And now we are free from the Britishers. So writing on the issue was a very severe topic for me, because I had to do a lot of research work, gather a lot of information, study from various books, collect some information from Google also. So it required a lot of hard work. So that was where I started writing this.
No, absolutely wonderful. Because at the Global Child Prodigy Awards, along with Mr. Abdul Ghani, I had the good fortune of releasing a calendar called Kingdoms of India. The reason I released that calendar was a lot of people don't even know the rich history our country has,
Yeah.
right? And I'm glad you're talking about it. You're recording it again and again, because sometimes history can be forgotten if it is not recorded again and again. And I'm very glad you're doing it, because all these kingdoms, I mean, we're talking about all the Western civilization. And to my knowledge, we've been a very flourished civilization. We've been around the world, we've sailed and all of that. So when I see you writing about our history, and I see you writing about, our culture, I'm very proud. It's a wonderful thing, what you're doing. So, kudos to you.
And
So I'm, again, coming back to the freedom fighters. Yeah. Uh, is there any one person that, like, as you read and you knew about, sort of just mesmerized you and made you understand, okay, I didn't know this. They did this. I mean, this is wonderful. Is there anybody?
sir, in Ramayana, I prefer, I have many characters like that, but in the female freedom fighters, everyone is just like that, because we don't even know the names, rather than Rani Lakshmi Bai and other than that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's sister. We don't know any freedom fighter's name who was female. So almost all the characters are like that, who gave their contribution towards our country for making it free.
So, just for the sake of knowledge, for all those listening to this show, and they might learn from this, give us 5 names that are not very common.
Sir, coming to the names that are not very common, are it can be the replica of Rani Lakshmi Bai that was here in Uttar Pradesh. I have written a book on her, and her name was quite that was southeastern name, so I do not remember that. And
Okay.
also the yeah, and also Rani Chinnamma, whose contribution in the earlier period was there for
And Chinnama is
that led
from? Chinnama is from
Assam.
which? Assam. Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, and
Sounds good.
yeah, sir. I started writing, keep trying on writing these characters. So that was also a huge moment of honor for me to write on such a famous female freedom fighters who fought for us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was it.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. So, Rani Chinnama is a name that I never heard of before because Chinnama sounds like a South Indian name.
Yeah.
Chinnama means small mother in Tamil Nadu. Chinna is,
Oh,
yeah, and Amma is mother. So I'm from Tamil Nadu. So that's how I can tell you this. I'm glad as to see what you're doing. So you started off very young with poems, and you've published more than 250 titles right now. And most of them are inspired by our culture, by our religion, by the country, and all of that, right? Um, and you're continuously recognized. You haven't, people have given you a name, Aaj Ka Abhimanyu. Where are you going with all of this? What do you intend to do? Do you intend to continue your writing, or what's the future vision for you?
so let's see where the life leads on. But I would like to carry on my writing section. I would like to carry it along with to join the civil services so that bring up positive changes in our administration and continue the writing.
Very well, very well. I think you're very well poised to get into administration because my sister is a civil servant. She
Oh,
passed her examinations, my own sister, and her name is Suganya. She is in the civil services. So I wish you all luck because that needs to happen. So, again, coming back to this, tell
yeah.
us a little about your schooling life. Okay, what is happening
So
there? Do you
currently,
go to regular school?
uh, yes, I go regularly to school, but nowadays the pandemic is there, so we are not going.
So, does your school support you in all of this? You know, do they
Yes,
support you
I
with
get
your writing?
I get appreciation from parents, from schools, and everywhere. They appreciate me.
Are you able to balance both? How long does it take for you to write? Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, that's the very first question every person keeps asking me, that how you manage the school and also the writing. So yeah, when I think that I'm supposed to write on that topic, so I keep all the work aside and start writing on that topic, whether it is any topic. So mostly I prefer the night time for writing because it's the relaxation mode and everywhere it is calmness. So I write when I'm free and when I'm supposed to write on a topic, that this is the topic I should write on.
That's beautiful. So, do you have any topics in mind that you think you'll work on in the future?
Yes, sir. I want to write on the rivers of our India because it is
Beautiful.
a very yeah, it is a very major topic on which I can write, and I'm currently gathering facts about the rivers of India, and surely I will start writing on it.
Beautiful. So, one of my personal vision has been to work on uniting people to connect the rivers of India. That would be my large vision for what I can leave back. And I'm glad you're going to be writing about the rivers of India. So, I wish you the very best for that because it has a rich history. So, again, is there any river? I think in Uttar Pradesh, where there are three major rivers, right? As of now.
Major rivers.
No, I'm just
So
thinking.
one is
So
the
Uttar Pradesh,
Ganga.
Ganga's there. You have two other smaller rivers flowing through. That's not Uttar Pradesh.
Sir, currently I don't know. I'll study more and gather facts.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So coming back, with your writing, I saw something else in one of the articles that just came out in NDTV. They were writing about. They said you also wrote about the chief minister, right? You wrote about the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir. Chief Minister of UP.
Very well. And how did that start for you? Where did that inspiration come?
So because as I write biographies of prominent figures, so I also felt that the works of our Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh are very encouraging for the society, and he is bringing various developments towards the society. So I felt that I should write on him. As I have written many biographies, sir, as also my third or fourth world record that was on youngest to author on most youngest to author on most prominent figures, that constituted of 53 biographies of prominent figures, whether it
Oh,
is Ratan
beautiful.
Tata sir, yeah, and BK Billa sir, Anup Jalota ji, and Anmar Jalalpuri sahab, and writing on these prominent figures.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I didn't know that. I just know that you have 6 world records to your name, and I didn't know which one were these. So I'm a little more fascinated right now. Did you meet the chief minister? Have you spoken to him?
No, sir, not yet.
I sincerely hope he does have the time to meet you. You're a phenomenal
Yeah.
young man. So because I have a problem with today's world not knowing a lot of the history. And when I see you're so young and you're writing about your history, because my son's name is Kalingan. Okay, so we named him Kalingan because I thought one of the most inspirational stories of our times were how a small dynasty, everybody knows the Mauryas beat Kalingas, but they don't know
Yeah.
how much a fight Kalingas put up against the Mauryas because they were a small thing. So I named him Kalingan because after the Kalinga War, it was not Ashoka that won, it was actually Kalinga that won because he stopped fighting after that. He went into penance. So I named my son Kalingan because of that. And it is important that we understand the rich heritage and the history that our country has, value our culture, and you're recording it very, 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 very well. I sincerely hope you continue to find different ways of making it interesting, and I hope you continue to write not only in Hindi, and your books are translated for more people outside India to read, because that might be a great blessing for them as well, and to know more about our rich heritage and history. So, are you working on any translations, Mrigendra?
No, sir, not yet, because I want to carry on Hindi language only, as I prefer writing on it mother tongue. So Hindi is my first priority to write in.
Very well, but is there anybody who's willing to work with you on, translation or something like that?
No, sir, not translations, not yet made, and not working with it.
Okay, very well, understood. So I sincerely hope somebody doesn't hear this and then they say, "Hey, I want to translate your books," and they start working with you on
Yeah.
this. I sincerely hope, and maybe I can even put you on with somebody that I know, because in our schools we encourage book writing, and we've published 3 books so far, where
Oh,
multiple authors come together and they publish. I mean, we compile it. It takes 1 year to publish a book. So I'm
okay.
glad some of them get made into short films and movies. So we do that as well. So I'm going to see if I can put you on with a very interesting person who
Yeah,
might
sure.
want to consider taking up your book and seeing if they can translate it. So I'm almost thinking I should call you Abhimanyu and not Mrigendra, but that'll be a bad thing. uh,
Yeah.
so so Mrigendra, you're a prodigy. You've been recognized as one of the 100 prodigies in the world. How does that feel?
So that feeling was, of course, a moment of honor for me, and I'm very thankful to Global Child Prodigy Awards for recognizing me as a prodigy in 2020. And I'm also thankful to the Global Child Prodigy for giving us, like children like us, the opportunity, so that they also encourage us. We can also do more in our field and keep trying, so that we can make some efforts and bring our field towards the society. So I'm again very thankful to them for awarding me.
Beautiful, beautiful. No, thanks. I mean, recognizing such talent is also a privilege for the Global Child Prodigy Awards team. The founder Prashant Pandey and team, they're working very hard. Their mentor Abdul Ganian. So I know the kind of passion these people put in to recognize you, because they get a lot of people applying now, and they are choosing very carefully so that they can inspire many more people. So, is there anything you want to tell your audience, Mrigendra, as to how to go after their aspirations?
Sir, about that topic, I want to just say that follow your passion, and what you like, just follow that and get sticked towards your culture. Never lose it. That's what I want to say.
So stay grounded in your identity, know your roots, and it's a wonderful thing to be in. Because I've so often said the biggest problem our country has is an identity crisis. We don't know who we are, and to know that you know your identity and you're writing about your identity, it is a phenomenal thing. Hats off to you. I wish you all the very best, Mrigendra, and may you continue to
Very, very
prosper and
thank you.
write more. And I sincerely hope people continue to follow you and hear your voice through your words. So I wish you the very best, and thanks for coming on the show.
Again,
And
thanks. Okay.
we look forward to catching up with you again very soon. To all of you out there, thanks for tuning in. And this is the Prodigy Talks. We're back again at 1 p.m. And next week again, we'll be back again at 1 p.m. And there might be a few shifts here and there to 7 p.m. to accommodate our international prodigies. As and when they happen, we'll keep you updated about that. Please do continue to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And the more recognition you give these kids, is the foundation for them to continue to aspire and achieve more. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you again next week. Thank you, Mrigendra.
Thank you so much.